Hello and welcome to my channel Skyrise Astro. Thank you for joining me today and I hope you are all doing well. Let's see the horoscope for the sign of Libra for the month of February. So, let's go. This month the Sun will be in your fifth house in the sign of Aquarius until the 20th of February. So, this is the fifth house. And here is the Sun. Great. Most of the time, this transit, dear Libra, gives you the feeling of an invisible hand coming in and fulfilling your wishes and desires. So, this is a good time to show your abilities as a person who can create and prove your worth. For the time being, friends and acquaintances will show you their generosity in any way they can, but it's not out of the questions for you to make new friends. In fact, if you are a female, one of them may be particularly touching. These acquaintances, apart from giving you something fruitful, would also give you the confidence to try your luck by taking a few risks. So, from the 20th of February and until the end of the month, the Sun will move in your sixth house, in the sign of Pisces. Given that this particular 11th house signifies publicity, uh, since the Sun is the governor of your 11th house, dear Libra, you may be able to get better conditions for your work with the solar transit mentioned. For example, by using modern methods in relation to the efficiency of your work object, recruiting qualified staff, and so on. Often, this transit helps you to find a job through the intervention of a good friend, a politician, an eminent person, and others. Or it can be used to get better treatment if you need to go to a medical or dietary center, even to be served in a factory, service place, and so on. The transit also marks friendships made at work and during the time you are doing certain business in public services, insurance organizations, department stores, and so on. Great. Let's go now to Mercury. Mercury, here it is. Mercury will transit, dear Libra, your fourth house in Capricorn until the 5th of February. So here is Capricorn, and this here is your fourth house. This is seen as an ideal transit for deciding to stay away from the crowds. If you have some spiritual work to do, also if you are expecting a person who is far away, to celebrate a happy event with your family, such as second marriage, a religious celebration in general, the acquisition of an object, etc. On the other hand, if this particular transit is negatively affected, all of the above can cause you stress. But you may also be frustrated by a traffic ticket, a conversation with an in law, a lecture or seminar, or a competition that ends when you wanted to continue, and so on. So, from the 5th to the 20th of February, Mercury will move in your fifth house. Here it is in the sign of Aquarius. Dear Libra, during this transit, you will feel that through the clarity of your mind, you can see and recognize your potential for new creations. Of course, you operate by different standards since your ninth house is in Gemini. So, it is an ideal time for generating ideas and using them constructively, to perform well in oral examinations, to celebrate a victory in a game, especially a knowledge game, to receive a gift, and so on. However, if Mercury is negatively affected, be careful that you don't lose your temper and damage your good image by reacting inappropriately. And finally, from the 20th of February until the end of the month, Mercury will move in your sixth house in the sign of Pisces. Here is the sixth house, and Pisces, here it is. So, dear Libra, this is the transit that helps you to apply your knowledge not only at work, but also in your current day to day business. Of course, if what you are dealing with now is directly related to foreign affairs, legislation, municipalities, travel agencies, universities, publishing, press and information releases, advertising, religion, it will be easy to handle. Unless Mercury happens to receive negative influences, but even then, the problem will not be difficult. With diplomacy, you will be able to overcome it. In fact, many times, relatives by marriage, best men, in laws, people who work for you and your family may play a role in the way some of your issues are handled. However, you may learn something about your child's family or something particularly useful for your work or health. Let's move now to Venus. So, Venus until the 17th of February will stay in the sign of Capricorn. Here is Venus, and here again is the sign of Capricorn in your fourth house. So, the transits of Venus, even when they pass through introverted houses, do not cause problems, or at least problems that cause you tension and long or even medium term sadness. Therefore, the most common events during these transits are, on the one hand, you're staying at home for long hours, and on the other hand, your introversion in the sense that you prefer to stay in the company of yourself. But often during this time, you achieve something very useful for you, and that is self knowledge. Usually, you will be visited by people who want to ask you for things or money, or who belong to religious or metaphysical places, or who want to settle an inheritance or a love affair, and so on. You may also be wondering about a sum of money relating to your partner or their sexual behavior. From the 17th of February until the end of the month, Venus will move in your fifth house in Sagittarius. Fifth house and Sagittarius. Aquarius, sorry, here it is. Oops, I forgot to bring my glasses. This is the transit that awakens your love, your need for companionship. It is also the one that brings back memories of the past, of relationships that made you happy or unhappy. So, dear Libra, if you're single, you may be looking for a companionship, whether it's a present or past acquaintance. You may also receive money owed to you or as a gift, or you may ask for money to meet certain obligations and have your request granted. You may also receive bargains through third parties, even at auctions, or even spend your hours pleasantly attending them. The same transit, on its negative side, can foretell sexual promiscuity and even prostitution if, of course, this predisposition is present in your birth chart. Finally, let's go to Mars. Mars, until Valentine's Day, the 14th of February, will stay in the sign of Capricorn in your fourth house. Here is Mars, here is the fourth house, and here is again the sign of Capricorn. So, dear Libra, this particular Mars transit brings you face to face with the truth, but the truth that hurts. It often feels like the pull of the peron and the worry that comes from knowing whether or not evil will eventually come to pass. Many times the events of these seasons show how things become repetitive and only cause dissatisfaction. In fact, if you want to feel the exact atmosphere of this passage, imagine a rampaging fugitive running for cover. Only in your case, this runaway is a furious competitor who wants to infiltrate your life with all that this entails. In any case, your main problem at this time is the willingness of some people to disrupt your family, personal, or professional life. These people may come from your social and professional circle, but also from your intimate circle, for you may even be in competition with your partner. So it is not impossible for an alliance to end or an agreement to be challenged. This can also be seen as a problematic time in terms of trials and the impact on your social life. Finally, Mars from the Valentine's Day from the 14th of February until the end of the month will move in the sign of Aquarius in your fifth house. Here it is. So, dear Libra, this is a transit that opens up several horizons of creativity for you as long as you have the potential for good cooperation. The secret to success in all five house matters, such as love, children, money, complementary successes, entertainment, and so on, is the right way of communicating. For with the first house in Libra and the fifth in Aquarius, you may be pursuing challenging transgressions for less fashionable people, and so you create less chance of success in your current activities than the reference house. Fundamentally, however, you have the potential to advance your interests and even to involve other people. So much so, in fact, that if the transit receives other favorable influences, you may succeed in realizing a dynamic collaboration, a sporting victory, or the support of people who come mainly from the environment of your partners, your companions, or even your competitors. The same transit also increases your love biocycles as well as your willingness to play games with life, especially if you believe you can make use of your special talents. But you run also the risk of provoking and being provoked by both your partners and others. The climate of your relationships, even those who you love most, your children, friends, and colleagues, could suddenly turn into a tempest in a teapot. So stay careful. Thank you for watching this video. I wish you all the best and have a nice day.